everyone, welcome to the Dr. U Show. My name is Dr. Uyawane. I'm a medical doctor in psychiatry, and for this segment, we will be talking about the Corona Blues. So I thought it would be useful to use this opportunity to talk about mental health during this pandemic. And so, more particularly on depression, I wanted to talk a little bit about symptoms people could be having during this time that could be triggered by indeed the pandemic, isolation, being on lockdown, and what the symptoms mean. So, just in terms of depression, I want to make the distinction that there are different sort of episodes of depression that can show up at various times of our life. It could be a mild depression, or it could be what we call a major depressive event. Now, the reason why I bring up such distinction is because, especially for a more serious bout of depression, it may be an indication that you need to get some kind of treatment. And so, of course, be open-minded, reach out for support, and get treatment. In terms of symptoms, what are some things you can keep in mind if you're wondering, do I have a mild depression, or do I have a major depression, or is this something I should be worried about? Symptoms, according to the DSM being the diagnostic manual we use in psychiatry to make a diagnosis of major depression. The criteria we tend to use is 5 out of the following 9 symptoms I'm going to mention. Now, you don't necessarily have to have all 5. If you feel like you are struggling and you need treatment, seek treatment anyhow. But some of the symptoms are as follows. 1 is a change in your mood, feeling like you have a low mood, sad mood, depressed mood, and having this consistently. This is one major sign of depression. Another one is a change in your appetite. It could be an increase in appetite, or it can be a decrease in appetite. And a significant amount where you find yourself losing significant amounts of weight or gaining weight. Another symptom you might notice is a change in your sleep patterns. If you find you're sleeping all the time, or if you find you can't sleep, you're waking up a lot, especially early in the morning, that could be a symptom. And that symptom you might find is fatigue. You're just tired, you're just dragging, you're drained all the time. That's a symptom as well. You might also find what we call psychomotor changes. So you can just find you're just slow. You just feel like I can't move, I can't seem to do anything. I'm overwhelmed by the simple tasks I typically would do. Somebody described it once to me as just feeling like they were swimming in caramel. If you feel like that, that could be a symptom. The flip side could also be a symptom too, and this could be an agitation, just feeling restless, can't settle down, just feeling like you're all over the place. You might also find you have a change in your concentration. You're not able to focus. And this is in more involved things like work, or even in simple things like watching TV. If you find that you're not able to even focus on a simple TV show, that could be a sign that your concentration is affected. There's also the symptom of hopelessness, just feeling down, where you're not even looking forward to the future. You're not interested in things you typically would be interested in. That's a symptom. If you find you're having recurring thoughts of death, you might want to also mention that, especially if you don't feel safe, because that is an indication that you're truly not doing well. Now, sometimes people may have the symptoms and say, well, I'm not necessarily depressed, I just had it for like 1 or 2 days. Sure. If you have it for a few days, what we look at usually is about 2 weeks or more, then we say it does qualify for a major depressive event. If we find that you're also having difficulty functioning in various parts of your life, this could be in your family. If you find that it's affecting your family relationships, if it's affecting your social life, if it's affecting your work life especially, then this is an indication that you probably need some kind of treatment, and soon. Because by this point, it's making changes in your brain that you really want to start getting treatment for, just for especially in the short term and long term. So what are some areas you should consider in getting treatment? Well, for starters, I always encourage people to reach out to their primary care doctor, because they can at least evaluate you medically, just to make sure something else is not causing these problems. For example, the thyroid, if it's not functioning properly, could actually cause some of these symptoms. So your doctor can check these things, make sure it's not related to those symptoms. And then in terms of treatment, like I said, you want to educate yourself. So go on reputable websites, Sometimes I refer people to Mental Health America. You can check and find and just learn more about it. What are the symptoms? Do you really have them? Do you feel like they qualify? Also, if you start to feel like you're struggling, you're not functioning well, seek treatment. And so reach out to, it could be a counselor locally, it could be a therapist locally. You can reach out to even your faith leader. This is maybe a minister, a pastor, or rabbi, or just wherever your faith community is. Reach out and they can even give you some guidance on getting treatment. Make use of your supports. This could be your family, this could be your friends, just whatever community you're surrounded by. This can even be your faith or spirituality community. You can reach out to those people and make use of them, because even research shows that the people who are in faith communities actually tend to do better in terms of dealing with major depressive events. And so make use of those connections you have. And then lastly, I just want to mention that if you find you're having recurring thoughts of death, especially to the point where you don't feel safe, I really want you to reach out and get some help. I'll put some information at the end of this video on some crisis hotlines you can call, because please reach out. We want to help you. You are not alone, and so there is help. Thanks for watching. Once again, this is the Dr. U Show. Like it, share it, subscribe. Till next time.